So the garden is growing, and I mean it's growing. But now, it's starting to get a little bit out of control. The tomatoes, they need pruning. The potato tower definitely needs some more compost. Weeds are starting to creep in, and if I ignore this now, well, then we're definitely gonna pay for it later. All right, so if we check out the tomatoes here, I mean, look at this. Tell you what's changed in the last week, probably the last couple of weeks, is look at all these leaves, how yellow they are, and just not good. This is, I mean, it's not the most ideal situation. Now, it's not terrible because we have fruit and they're growing. I mean, the fruit's growing. And like I said last week that I'm pretty sure this plant is focusing more on the fruit. However, we need to get all these yellow, any leaves that are touching soil down here like this, we need to go ahead and get all that off, you know, as soon as possible, right? One, disease. There could be possible disease starting and we don't want any of that to spread. Two, energy of the plant. Right now we're at the stage where we want all possible energy to be going straight to the fruit. No new production, no new growth or anything like that. These plants are done growing, they're fruiting. So I got my pruning shears here, my little garden scissors, and we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna start whacking off leaves, whacking off branches that don't need to be here, help produce more airflow as well. And then our tomatoes should be good, and then we can go check on a potato tower. And that, wait till y'all see that thing. That thing is getting massive. We definitely need to add some compost onto that. So let's go ahead, start pruning up our tomato plant. Well, I decided to sacrifice 2 little tomatoes here. We probably could have got a couple more set here, but I mean, take a look at that. You know, it's all cracked and everything like that. So I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and sacrifice these 2 little tomatoes in hopes that the other tomatoes can get a lot more bigger. But I mean, already you can see just how much space we got opened up. Much more airflow coming to these plants. We got all the dead stuff off. That should definitely help, you know, stop any possible disease spread. Like I said, that opened the plant up a lot more to allow more airflow through. And now the energy should hopefully direct straight to the fruit and hopefully produces some big, you know, it might not be a lot, but hopefully they're gonna be big. All right, so we got a couple different kinds of fertilizers here. Our main one, especially for our tomatoes, being tomato tone. This is from Espoma, all organic. I can leave a link down in the description if you're interested in checking out this particular fertilizer that I use. But this is what I've been using since I started, and this is my second round of growing tomatoes. My first harvest was very good. We had nice red, lush tomatoes. I also use a bone meal. Again, this is all gonna be from Espoma. This is for our entire garden bed. Goes throughout the whole entire thing. We also got a garden tone here. That's for mainly like herbs and veggies. So if you got a, you know, herb, you're planting herbs, get you some garden tone. Gonna get you a nice harvest. So, you know, tomato tone, bone meal, and garden tone. That's all we're using. And then we got one more. This is my specialty here. It's not my specialty. I get this from the local garden store. But we got composted manure here. And this stuff works like a champ. All right, now, so for our composted manure, we're just, I mean, probably gonna use the rest of it. We don't got a whole lot left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle some all throughout the bed here. Just like so. Actually, we're not gonna use a whole lot. Just gonna use a little bit, get it all sprinkled up in there. Next up, we're gonna use our bone meal. And all we're gonna do for our bone meal, again, a little bit goes a long way. Got a tablespoon here, 1 tablespoon. And I'm just gonna do 1 little roll, sprinkle it all around the plants here. So I use 2. I use 1 tablespoon on one side of my garden bed, another tablespoon to finish the other half. Next up, we're gonna use garden tone. I'm gonna try and make sure I can get 1 tablespoon for this entire bed here. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Now we're gonna get our tomato tone, which is the main point of this video, helping out our tomatoes here. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon per plant. And again, 2 to 4 inches away from the base, and we're gonna go around the plant in a circle. Couple inches away from the base of the plant, go around in a circle, 1 tablespoon per plant. All right, so check it out. We got all our fertilizer in. You can see our fertilizer in the garden bed. We just sprinkled all throughout, you know, and then you just take it, mix it in with the soil like so, just like that. You know, we don't need to water it because it's been raining like crazy. I mean, this soil is already wet and moist.
That's what she said.
We got all the dead leaves off, nothing touching the soil so they can't get backsplash from the rainwater or anything like that. So disease shouldn't spread or anything. And now all energy should be directed towards the fruit and grow nice, big, honking tomatoes. And then for this, we're just gonna throw it straight in the trash. We don't wanna put this into our compost because we don't know if there's disease, anything like that. So that's just gonna go straight into the trash, be gone. That way it doesn't spread through the yard, doesn't spread in our compost or anything like that, right? Dude, check out these peas, man. These things, like, I mean, you saw these last week and they weren't even barely touching the trellis. It's been a week and these things are just growing crazy. Onions, still don't know what the heck's going on with our onions. Hopefully fertilizer helps them out, but they just don't seem to be growing right now. I mean, we got some yellow tips on the plants here, you know, like this. So I don't know what the heck is going on with our onions here, you know, but hopefully the fertilizer helps them out. Peas are having no issues with the peas. Tomatoes are good. Hopefully they're good to go now. Walk over here. Here's our parsley, still growing. Probably about another month we can harvest some more. Carrots are looking good, so I'm excited. Not many carrots, but over here. Check this out. Look at this thing. Look at that potato right there. You see him? You see him? Let's see if we can get a better look. Get you guys down in here. Check that thing out, dude. Look at that bad boy. I mean, she's growing, dude. So let's go ahead and run over to our compost pile real quick. Fill up a bucket. We should only need 1 bucket. 1 bucket should be good enough. And then we'll get that covered up. We can move on and see how the chickens are doing. Real quick, I know it's been a while since I showed you guys our actual compost pile. I mean, we've been utilizing this like crazy. We just cleaned out the coop not too long ago, added some straw. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. If you guys are like really interested in composting and everything, we got a whole bunch of videos back on our channel about composting in buckets, composting like this, all that kind of stuff. So you see this right here, this is our compost pile. Now take a look what it turns into when it's ready to be used in the garden. But then it turns into all this right here. Perfect soil. I mean, look at this. This is just black gold right here. Isn't that awesome, buddy? This is for the garden, huh? This is what it turns into when it's ready to be used in the garden. Now we'll take this bucket, go throw it in the potato tower. So now as you can see, right, we covered up the base of the stem some more, leaving about 2 to 4 inches of the plant and probably like 2 sets of leaves there. And again, as that keeps growing up, we keep adding more and more. Like I said, we'll probably go about halfway. We might go to the top, honestly, I don't know. We'll find out when it gets halfway, I'll make a decision. But that's all we're gonna do. I don't know if the other one's gonna sprout, but if it doesn't, no worries. We got one that's sprouted. One that's cooking. It's growing fast. We've been getting a lot of rain, so everything's been growing really fast right now. But yeah, that's all you're gonna do with a potato tower like this. As that plant grows up, you're gonna cover it, leaving 2 to 4 inches of actual plant, about 1 to 2 sets of actual leaves of the plant. I'm super excited to see this. Like I said, I'll keep documenting this for you guys, letting you know how it goes. Now for the most fun part, I know you're all waiting for this. Let's go check on our baby chickens, see how they're doing. What's up, ladies? How we doing today? How's it going? Here they are, just a chillin'. Just a chillin'. Well, as you can see, the chickens, they're pretty boring now. But honestly, I think that's a good thing. It's definitely made my job way easier out here. And especially after all the flock drama that we've been having, calm is exactly what we wanted. You see, it's not always planting and harvesting. Sometimes the whole job is just to be able to keep things alive long enough to be able to get to the harvest, which means you're just one step closer to self-sufficiency, my friend. So I hope you all learned something new today, and even if you didn't learn, I hope you got inspired to do that next project, get that next chicken, get that next animal that you've been talking about. But most of all, I hope you just keep building. Thank you all for tuning into the channel. Thank you all for watching another video here on Mundo's Homestead Adventures. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.